Question. I don't know.
In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smile. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up, I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Good morning to the DMV and the rest of the world. This is your girl, Reese, a.k.a. Althea McFarlane, a.k.a. AM Morning, a.k.a. the best that ever did it. And this is another Monday Madness on the Morning Mac Show. All right, y'all, we got some good stuff coming to you. And, of course, we got my girl sitting in the day, Michelle Pucciarelli. Hey, Poochie.
Hey, good morning, my friend. What's going on? How you doing this morning? I'm feeling extra New York, in case you can't tell by the sound of my voice. Oh, Lord.
She's extra New Yorkie, guys. She extra New Yorkie. You know, I get up this morning, right? And this trigger right here tells me she's going to be at Shakely Hall on 23rd, y'all. So you come on out and see my girl. The 23rd. That's 2 days right before the Gwen Factor. Do Banging and Booby. See, we are doing things, you know. Hey, and I'm just pass down the energy. So we've been hitting it and doing what we need to do, you guys. So yeah, big ups to Michelle Pucciarelli. Congrats.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Show out.
That made my morning. That really did. I'm gonna be honest. Being an adult sucks.
Just be honest. So it made your morning, and it made you feel like it's paying off, right?
It's worth it. Yeah. I mean, it's totally worth it. You know what? I think I have so much fun doing it with you. You know, with you. You see me out there. It's so much fun that if you just, I'm having a good time. I think eventually, as long as you're doing what is fun and brings your heart joy, you'll find your way.
Yeah, but the comedy world also sucks. I mean, it's like big time when it gets, and we're going to explain that as the show further goes on, because we're not talking about just comedy. We're talking about music, acting, and all of that. But before we get into the topic of today's show, stuff is Madness Mondays, and we get to talk about what really grinds our gear. I want to show a clip, and this is affecting a lot of people across the board. Molly, let's just watch the clip with these people saying real quick. Then we come and get on it. Yes. Kenneth Clark, good morning. DJ Slick, good morning. Kenneth, watch this. I know you know.
I don't know. I can't wait to see now. I'm intrigued.
Molly got it. He gonna show y'all.
Ooh.
Thousands of families receiving food assistance.
Yeah, the emergency allotment for SNAP benefits is set to expire at the end of the month. WMAR2 News' Mallory Spaste explains how this will impact Maryland's economy, because if it matters to you, it's a matter for Mallory.
Oh, Mallory.
grocery budgets. One woman writing to me that starting in March, her monthly allotment in SNAP benefits will go from $258 to just $23. And while this program wasn't designed to be permanent, the sudden change is worrying thousands of families, local food pantries, and hunger relief organizations. The pandemic emergency measure started March 2020. Instead of basing SNAP benefits on household incomes, size, and expenses, everyone was bumped up to the maximum for their household size. And back then, eggs cost $1.50, milk $3.25, bread $1.37. As of December, all three items cost more, with a nearly 15% increase in the consumer price index. And yet, come March, 600,000 Maryland families will have, on average, $170 less a month to afford groceries.
It's going to have huge repercussions for the entire system.
Maryland Hunger Solutions Director Michael J. Wilson said this abrupt change doesn't just hurt those experiencing poverty, but it'll have ripple effects throughout the whole food system.
We know SNAP recipients are going to be hurt, but we can't pretend that it's just them. That really, grocery stores, farmers markets, farmers, everybody is going to be damaged when you take $1 billion out of the system.
The Maryland Department of Human Services stressing for the last year that these additional benefits were temporary, with no way to make them.
Majority of SNAP recipients are seniors, disabled, and children. So they can't really make a change in their circumstances on their own. This is going to be a really challenging time for all of them and for our state.
Shawanda Johnson just recently started receiving her benefits.
I have like 3 growing children and like they eat a lot.
Even with SNAP benefits, she tries to stretch every dollar.
Sometimes I do go to Dollar General. I know some people be like, who shops at Dollar General? I do. So I get some stuff out of there. Their prices went up on some of their stuff too.
In March, she says she'll do what she's had to in the past.
What I did was I called the 211 number and I asked them about the local food pantries in my community.
Father-daughter duo Brian and Mallory Zimmerman with the Transformation Center are trying to prepare for the anticipated spike in demand.
We're starting to see that uptick rise. I think that the more that people are understanding that their benefits will be cut, the more that they're trying to prepare for that.
They recently acquired this warehouse to be able to stock up whenever they get a donation. But now that other pandemic resources have dried up, including a $40 million pandemic grant distributed to Maryland Food Bank partners that ended on December 31st, the concern is they won't be able to fulfill the need in their community.
What's going to happen 6 months from now if we don't get the kind of connections that we need? Our supply is going to dry up at some point, and then what happens when that happens?
Maryland Hunger Solutions hopes the legislature will intervene. While the federal minimum is $23, several states have raised their limits with state funds. In New Jersey, the minimum is $50, and there's currently a bill to raise it to $95. In D.C., the minimum is up to $30, but new legislation could increase it to 10% of the maximum benefit per household size, which ranges from $28 to over $250. And last fall, Maryland's minimum increased to $30, but only for seniors 60 and older. For WMAR 2 News, I'm Mallory Safaste.
Hey, now see, now what y'all think about that? Now, what y'all got to say about that? And it's coming across the board, you know. Now, this is my whole thing. You talking about they cutting these people benefits. Now, let's get something clear. When they did the pandemic, they gave everybody food stamps across the board. People who had money was getting food stamps. Anybody that didn't qualify before was qualifying now because they was giving it to everybody. Okay, you just apply for it, right? So what they're doing now, they took the people who was getting benefits before the pandemic even hit. Why did they take those people money away? You know, I got family members who've been disabled for some years before the pandemic even hit, and their budget was their budget. They would get their little food stamp allotment. That's how they was living. So now, when they come back and took the pandemic money back, why did they take his regular stuff away? Why did they take that? They shouldn't have touched that. And now they're saying this is what you need to qualify for food stamp, people. Hear me out. If you're one person qualifying for food stamps, right? You cannot make more than $1,473. Okay? If you make more than $1,473, you don't qualify for food stamps. Okay? that raise that they gave a lot of people in January took those people out the bucket by only a couple of dollars. Even if you $5 over, you're not going to qualify and they won't give you no benefits. If you make $1,478, you won't get no benefit. But to me, that's still in that poverty level. They need to raise what their poverty level is. They can't have yesterday poverty level with today's poverty line. It don't make no sense. You still below the borderline.
They have yesterday's poverty level with today's fucking prices. This whole thing makes my head hurt. This whole thing makes my head hurt because the basic thing of all this, and if anybody wants to pop up into the questions, please feel free. But basically, the inflation is outpacing the cost of living. And based on what I know from human resources, there are companies that take different compensation strategies which either lead, match, or lag the market. And depending on what kind of data you're looking at, it could be not the most up-to-date DOL, but we're still going to base what we're paying people on this. And if you work for a company that lags the market, you're going to be making less and you're going to get a cost of living increase that you maybe could wipe your ass with. Sorry to be so blunt with that. But I feel like we've already gotten ourselves in a cycle where the money they gave people during the pandemic to buy food was money to actually just make people whole because food is friggin' expensive. It's really easy to eat unhealthy and it's cheap. It's really expensive to be healthy and go to the farmer markets and go to the fruits and vegetables that we need to live and be healthy. But it's very cheap to go and get McDonald's. It's very cheap still. I mean, the prices are going up, but the junk food and the fast food is still real easy for us to get. And it, you know, it's what you could say. I know if I lost $170 in my paycheck, that would be a readjustment.
But this is not just a paycheck. Because
no, it's not. It's assistance. You can't even freaking work.
Elderly, disabled, and the children. We're stuck because we're like gotta wait for what they give us. We're freaking stuck. You can go out and say, okay, let me get a part-time job, or let me do this or do that. Certain people are stuck.
And the cost of living in this area? Oof. What's $1,400 going to get you in this area a month?
What can we do? How can you cut from a budget that's already below the poverty line? So what else am I going to cut down on? What else are we going to cut down? And like you said, unhealthy choices. The food is sky high. They made all the healthy organic foods almost impossible to reach. And the only way that some people was reaching it was through the SNAP to try to eat a little bit of healthy, just a little bit. But now they cut everybody's. You know, it's sad and it hurts my heart.
It's like they're trying to kill us.
Cause I'm going to eat one cracker a day with a banana. Peanut butter costs too much. I can't even buy Jif no more. If I eat peanut butter, I might have to get the peanut butter that just said peanut butter. I can't even get
peanut butter.
But it's like not funny. I gotta laugh to keep from crying.
Oh, absolutely. You gotta laugh at life. You gotta laugh at life. You gotta laugh at all the jokes that are before us, and we're all like, "Oh,
it's coming." Westmore, you look. This is Maryland. You got your first black freaking governor. Westmore, how you let this stuff happen? How you let this stuff go through? Because I know you see over 600,000 residents, the people who probably voted for you, and then this is what you better get your ass in there and do some work in Westmore. Fix this mess because you're hurting a lot of people.
I have to ask you a question. I'm not sure. They are hurting a lot of people.
First,
you go
Maryland, and first black governor. Come on, you know they gave you some mess. So Westmore, governor. What you going to do?
You want to make sure he's listening to you. Well, you know what? People can't eat, and they legalized weed, so now we're all going to get the munchies, and now we have no food to eat. Fuckers.
And he said, "Oh, that's what you do when $1 billion of the money come out." Look, Biden been sending all of that money over there to the Ukraine. Y'all thought I was joking when I said I'm going over to Ukraine to get me some money and some benefits. Who coming with me? Well, I'm gonna come back to America because they're gonna relocate me and put me back in America. But I got to go to get our tax dollars. We got to go to Ukraine to get it. That's a damn
like Rambo. Reese Rambo. Rambo Reese.
You know, Reese Rambo. Murdoch, I'm coming for you. You know, come on now.
What I'm laughing is that I'm laughing so hard trying to picture you as Rambo because in my mind it's hilarious.
You
gotta get you gotta get that type of thing around your head.
And I feel bad for my uncle because it hurts me to my heart. You know, here's this man, you know, he's disabled and we do his shopping and his medical and stuff. And they took him down to, he was getting, he budgeted out his stuff. But when I go grocery shopping for him, I got to hit up a 4 stores. He budgeted out like that. Then they took all of his stuff down to $68. And then check this out. He don't get any welfare check or nothing like that. But they took him down to $68 in food stamps, then say here's $21 in cash. He was like, what the fuck?
Wait. A month? $68 a month?
$68 in food stamps a month. Now you tell me what kind of grocery is he going to live off of to eat for a month? Because his other rest of the money got to go to pay his rent, got to go to pay his cell phone because he need a cell phone. He got to go by the regular living stuff, okay? And he pays his life insurance, okay? Now, I ask you, how is he going to eat if you take $68 and you split it in 4? Michelle, how much is that?
Don't ask me to do math. It's not a lot from what I know.
It's
he's gonna be eating ramen. He's gonna be eating ramen.
$16 a week. $16 a week. How can you feed yourself off of $16 a week? Tell me, how can you eat for a week off of $16 a week? Now, here's a person that takes a lot of medicine and he got medical condition, diabetic, hypertension stuff. So he has to have certain stuff and the certain medicine that he takes, right?
Yeah.
So $16 a week. Go. Tell me. He can't even afford to buy water no more.
That's the way things are going. Good Lord.
He has to buy distilled water for his breathing machine. He can't even afford to buy that no more.
This really is madness. This is the perfect topic for today. It's fucking madness.
The Monday madness is sad. This is the state of the world. Ain't nobody saying nothing. Everybody just letting the people do what they want all willy-nilly. Biden, he gonna just give up all the money. You know, and they talking about, oh, if you take this money out the economy, damn it, put it back. Why you taking it out of Maryland economy? Put it back. Westmore, go to Uncle Biden, go to Sleepy Joe and say, excuse me, Uncle Biden, can Maryland get their money back because over 600,000 of my Maryland residents, we need them benefits. You know, they always say shit trickles down. Okay, so why is Westmore going up there to Biden, going up there to people in Congress, Rosa Pep, who else we got? Come on, Anthony Brown. I'm going to be contacting you too. All our congressmen and senators, because what they're doing is wrong. Imagine
I have a question.
Get them $68 a month to see what they live off of. Westmore.
No, but I mean, that's part of the problem, though. That's part of the problem. Right now, people, the have-nots are basically being ruled by the people that are the haves. And you know that old saying, follow the money, follow the money, follow the money, follow the money. Well, I mean, it just seems like everything that's motivated is money's always involved. And the problem with Congress and senators is they're not getting paid like normal people who have to live on $68 a month to eat. They're getting it's honestly, you know, I think it's what the problem is. The revolution's going to happen when all the haves have got sick and tired of it, just kind of grinding and working and working and working and realizing that I continue to not have because I keep giving away all my money.
Michelle,
And
what are
all
you
the
talking
people, I mean,
about?
Bezos got richer during the pandemic. I'm just saying the rich keep getting richer and those that keep working just keep dying.
And you saying who's giving away money? Who's giving away? They need to be helping
Well,
the
again,
people, the less fortunate.
oh,
We got less
absolutely. They
fortunate right here, but
absolutely
they's worried
do.
about
But
going
that's
to
the whole
another
thing. They
country when you
don't
got
give
people
away the
hungry
money.
right here.
There is money to be had, and people, in my opinion, people who become excessively wealthy to the point where it's obscene. You know how you have hoarders of stuff and it's disgusting and people don't like it? Well, there are hoarders of money. Because I'm sure there are people out there in the world that can make a difference that choose not to. More money, more problems, I guess. That's what happens. Who knows? Because I have none.
If we paying into the government, into a system that's supposed to take care of us when we can't take care of ourselves, that's why you working.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're young, you working, you're paying into a system that when you get to the point where you can't take care of yourself, they can help you chip in and help you survive and live, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not happening. It's not working like that. Malik, what is
Mm-hmm.
you saying? The government is not supposed to take care of us. We want them to. Look,
Mm-hmm.
they taking our money.
Mm-hmm.
You take my money all my life, give me my money back so I can take care of myself. How about
Exactly.
that? All the money
But
they take up for taxes, when
yeah.
somebody gets disabled or whatever, why don't they just give them
Mm-hmm.
their money back?
I mean, think about the way he said it. Said it though. I mean, the government, is taking us money because we want them to, kind of a thing. But that's just basically how we've been trained. I mean, we have been trained to be consumers. We don't want to give away our money, but we need it to live and to survive.
No,
You
they
need it for
take
food. You need it for.
28% out of your income while you working. They
Yes,
tax
I'm
the
aware.
hell out of you.
I'm
They
aware.
they, they do your settlements. I remember they took I was working at Georgetown, got a
Yep.
settlement. They gave me 10 grand. Don't you know
Mm-hmm.
the government took half of that? They took $4,900. Boom. And I ain't never seen it, got it FICA. So everything I put my name on or whatever, give me my money back that you took from me. Because you taking half of my stuff. Give me
Mm-hmm.
my money back that you took from me. So then I can live off of. You shouldn't have been taking none of my money then. Then I could have
Mm-hmm.
been saving my money myself to live off
Mm-hmm.
of. But you take it and you make it so hard for us to live that we need to depend on you. It's a trick. It's a
Mm-hmm.
trick. We
I
all
agree
are
with that.
addicts. We in America. We are all addicts. We're so used. America is so cushiony compared to some other countries. It is that we're addicted to something, whether it's food, drugs, sex, alcohol. We're addicted to something, and the government
Amen,
knows that.
sister.
And he capitalized on that because he's the pimp, them original gangsters. So they up there saying, okay, yeah, I got them hook on this, I got them hook on that. They're gonna have to come to me because the government always figure out a way to infiltrate something and take it over. Just like with alcohol
Cha-ching.
prohibition. Now it's
Cha-ching.
gonna be
That's
what
money.
we
Cha-ching.
government can control all of that, all that money. It's a game,
Mm-hmm.
and we just pawns on the game. We just pieces. We just pieces of a dream, y'all. That's it.
That's right. I want a different dream. Can we start over? Can we start a new dream,
Yeah,
Althea?
we get
Let's
ready to
start a new
move
dream.
from this.
Let's start it.
And we get ready to set up and listen to what Kanye's saying before while Molly getting it set up.
I can't wait for this one.
Can you see some comments?
If you could put the comments up, I can read them. If you'll put some comments on, we'll scroll through them.
There's a bunch of comments here. Let me see. Wait a minute. Read.
We good. But let's see. We got Ronald, Malik, good after. Wow, we got some hello, Kenneth. We got a lot of good, Oh, but Malik, just like you are all under a spell and you have no idea, hold it because you can't smell it or see it. Well, I mean, that's a little abstract, but I get that one.
Who said that?
Malik, just like you are all under a spell and you have no idea because you can't hold it, smell it, or see it. I mean, theoretically, we are all living to the ideas in our head and we all want something. If you want to learn how to detach from the system because you can't change it in boxing, even if you don't actually do it, at least listen to the process. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I honestly think, think about when there was real change, real change in our country. It
When
was
was that,
by
Michelle?
people banding together. I mean, again, I'm old enough that the one thing that has always hit me was Martin Luther King. One man who bands people together, who marched together, or like, let's say the Boston Tea Party, when everybody was getting tired of being taxed by, the king, and they threw all their tea that they loved in the water. It's when people band together and do something as one, that's when things change. When we all sit around and complain and point fingers and say things can be better, but we keep electing for the same people and going, they're going to make a difference. They're going to do it. They'll do it this time. But they're still getting paid the same amount of money. What's really in it for them? I know it's madness. It's madness. It is madness. I'm just saying. But it's a cycle. Unfortunately, we are all caught in a cycle and we're getting tired. He wrote that one. If you want to learn how to detach from the system because you can't change it, in boxing, even if you don't actually do it, at least listen to the process. Yeah, pay attention to the process. The process is definitely a thing. And you don't have to agree with it. You make your own decisions about the process and what works for you. Some people are more comfortable with the process. The divine can change in 1865, the reconstruction of history, meaning your perception, what you know right now, today. Yeah, I'm going backwards, but we know what we know about history. Our perception today is what we know of it. Have fun. It's only a Monday morning. I shouldn't be getting this deep and philosophical. Malik, you're killing me here. This is madness again.
Kenneth is Molly Robinson. That's why I started having people. Kenneth, what you talking about? Okay,
Yeah.
it says
Here, I can read that one. Robbie,
okay.
Molly Robinson. That's why I started having people that come on the show, Uncut Live, productions to donate a box of cereal, beans instead of donating $1. We all got what we all got. We need the community pushing for change. We need the community, the communities. That's right. We got to band together, people. I mean, if Kenneth has a show and he's doing Uncut Live and you have your show and you're spreading your messages, you just gotta band together and keep spreading the messages. If you find people that have similar to messages to what you're believing and what you're saying, I think that's powerful. Yeah. And Ronaldson said the same thing. Why we keep blaming people when we had the strength in our bodies, we never take time to save our coins, but we don't it at all. We think about a good spend of the money up, but when we get sick, now we call on the government to take care of us. Some Black folks look for excuses, hold yourself accountable. Yeah, we do. We all have the strength, but you know what? We all don't have the money. We don't all have the money. And again, I can understand what you're saying, Reese, by paying into the system, by working and paying into the system. That's what we want. That's what we were told. We were taught when we want something, we got to pay for it. Well, God damn it, I've been paying into my whole life, and now I want fair treatment. I want to be taken care of when I get sick. I'd like to buy food too, so I could still eat and not starve and have to gnaw off my own arm. How about that? How about that for taxes?
Let me tell whoever said that about saving money, the accountability. Mm-hmm. One day you're going to get to the point where you can't not work. What are you going to do? And savings, it only works if you could keep putting money in. When you get to the place that you can't put no in and you keep taking out, guess what's going to happen? It's called depletion. You're going to deplete what you got in your savings. Old age is coming for all of y'all mothers. Everybody's going to get old. And if you're lucky, you'll get old and die instead of dying young like the most of our people are. But there's consequences and repercussions that come with that. I was sold a pipe dream. This is how it works. You go to work, you pay your taxes, you be a good model citizen, you don't get in any trouble, just like a machine. Boom, 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 boom. So now they're telling us all the years that you work and put in your savings, because that's what the taxes is. Put it your savings how they took your money, interest and invested in all that good stuff. Then when you get to where, okay, I need some of my money back, hard times is coming, I'm old now or I'm disabled now, I need my money back. Then they look at you like you got two heads.
And you know what?
Like what you talking about? Like, let me give you a scrap. They ain't giving me nothing. I'll put in the system. I'm not asking you to give me shit. I want my money back that I put into the system. Give me that. What you took from me. What you convinced me to give you. And said that you're going to hold this for me. So when I need it. Now I need it. And I can't get it. But you let migrants, immigrants, foreigners, I don't care what you call them. People, I grew here. I was born right here in Washington, D.C. You let other people come in this country and get resources that they ain't never put a nickel in. They ain't never put a damn penny in the bucket and in the till. They ain't even got Social Security number, but you let them come here and you get them benefits that you won't even let me get. Don't get me, you make me flip my wig.
I see you getting angry. I see.
Let me talk on the Capitol. Let me talk to the congressmen and senators. Y'all help me get to the front of the White House. Y'all help me get in front of Congress. I will talk to them, and not just for me, but for all people.
And you don't want to go protest with me. You don't want to go protest me. Look how hot you're getting. Look how hot you're getting.
Because it's a real thing. And you know, like Malik and Molly and stuff was saying.
More people need to be hot like you.
I want to know the process, Malik. Keep telling you, you need to come on and tell the people what's going on. You know, Kenneth said, just like Murray Westmore, it's a hush fell over Jerusalem. He did all that campaigning and protesting. Yeah. Okay, Westmore, you saw this coming because I'm pretty sure they gave you, you know, the seat.
Did you just say Jerusalem?
Like a hush fell over Jerusalem. Yes, I did.
Jerusalem. Oh.
The hush.
Aren't we supposed to be talking about Kanye today?
Yes. We're reading. Yes, we are. We get ready to get into Kanye now. I was reading the comments, trying to get everybody comments because Maryland is hot. And this is Maryland Madness, and this makes me mad. And it does. It really does. What's the last thing Malik say?
My childhood in Jerusalem was in America, Virginia, to be exact. Yeah. Ain't that grand? Oof. I'm telling you. Yeah. Oh my God.
Sony, a free agent, owning half of Sony.
If I just sell 3 million copies, I got $30 million. Now who has the biggest record deal?
Oh, I see. Yeah, right. Okay.
Right? So Mariah kind of got screwed.
Prince, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Biggie, Tupac. If the publishing, if the marketing, if the promotion, if the recording is not controlled by Black people, that has to change. We own our own music.
My hope and prayer is that after watching this video, you will get to understand why things are the way they are, the need for us to get involved and eliminate this evilness, and also get a different perspective on Kanye West because some of you are judging him blindly without understanding the context of his words and actions.
It's time for us to innovate. And we need to have contracts that make sense with exactly how we sell music. So record labels are afraid of saying, okay, we're going to hand over the distribution completely to you guys. You know, as I'm going and saying, I need to innovate with these
recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local
contracts are not just for me, but for all artists. It's not about me getting my masters back. It's about freedom.
Just like Revelation isn't the first book in the Bible, Kanye isn't the first person either to say all the things that I talk about on my channel. You don't understand him, which is why you keep calling him crazy and allowing the Matrix to confuse, abuse, and use you as well as our brothers and sisters in these evil industries. Kanye has never claimed to be the first person to notice what's happening in the music industry, or, let me say, Hollywood. All he's trying to do is open our eyes and let us know that the evilness that legends like Michael Jackson, Prince, Tupac, and many others talked about still exists, but in a colorless form so we don't see it. Secondly, Kanye wants us to understand God's will. Last but not least, he's trying to remind us that God has a plan, so we shouldn't leave his sight. We have seen top celebrities taken down, some get killed, some go crazy, and others just disappear for a while, like Dave Chappelle. All this has been happening before our eyes, and we think it's normal. Even though many people have come out to speak about what's really happening to our brothers and sisters, we still sit back and watch them step on landmines and get taken away. Of late, We have seen young rappers go to the grave at the speed of light. These young people keep getting killed, and the media keeps reporting what they want us to hear because they know we are foolish enough to believe. Let me tell you this, everything that has been happening is because of ownership. Please understand this.
When these rappers get killed, not incidental. Somebody made $100 million and now don't have to talk to that artist or none of their crew, don't have to validate none of their contracts. Now only got to deal with the mama, only got to see her once a year, and it's over. And the money goes up and up and up.
For every death, for every person labeled crazy, and for every soul going missing, there are giants behind it benefiting millions and millions of dollars. Let's look at Michael Jackson. Isn't it strange that he died not long after getting 50% of Sonny? I mean, he himself clearly stated that Tony Mottola was a devil. Not only that, but LaToya confirmed that her brother, Michael, was afraid that they would try to kill him. Then Michael dies from acute propofol intoxication.
It was definitely something that was premeditated, that they had planned to do, and they planned to take my brother out, and my brother knew it, and that's why he told me repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly that this was going to happen to him. He explained it to me. He explained it's because of my catalog, which is my publishing, and they're after it, and they want it, and they want their hands on it, and they want to take it away from me.
My boy was just 50 when he was ruthlessly taken away from this cruel planet Earth, while owning half of Sonny. Guess what? The shares Michael owned were bought back after he died. So crazy. Prince is another name that made billions and billions of dollars for these monsters, but he had to go because he talked too much. This brother was fearless, and he spoke his mind freely and impressively. He never cared about what would happen to him. He cared more about what would happen if he kept his mouth shut.
The reason why it became such a big deal back then is ever since my third album, I wasn't really taking large advances from the recording companies. I was recording the albums myself in my own studio. So the way I looked at it, I owned the work because I paid for it. And I did all the work. I created it, so I felt like it should belong to me. That said, the companies felt otherwise. And they would always hold this contract up and say, well, you signed it. And I say, well, I understand that. It's not like I want to leave. I just want to, talk about this thing and see if we can't make it more fair. Of course, they wouldn't change because if they changed, they wouldn't really exist. And that's kind of the situation we're in right today.
He knew he was the voice the people needed, so he let God's will prevail. All this sweet brother wanted was the best for his people. I mean, we are the asset, we make music, so it's just fair that we should be owning the masters. Because this brother didn't just speak for himself, he also used his tongue to help others. They decided it was time for him to see the maker. They said he died from a fentanyl overdose. What a joke indeed. As I previously stated, we have lost many young rappers recently, but do you know who is not dying? Watch this.
The truth is this, a bunch of young black male rappers keep dying. You know who's not dying? Record executives. You've been used for a long time. They create this paradigm to make you believe that you're so important and your celebrity status is worth so much, but in truth, you're a pawn in their game and you always have been.
Many of these young people come from broken homes. They don't know how it feels to have both parents in the same house. Some have never seen their parents. Music becomes their parents as well as their everything. When they see a breakthrough, the least thing they care about is the context of the contracts. These people come to them with big smiles and behave like they care for them. Young rappers have no chance to know the horror awaiting them in the future. Therefore, they sign these contracts without understanding a thing.
If, say, tomorrow, Ja got shot down, how will mom benefit? All the stuff that you have done, all the stuff that you have in the can, it'll come out, it'll sell, but somebody will be making money off of your untimely death.
This is the case for most artists. When Kanye West talks about these things, we need to be paying attention. A lot of others have tried to do so, but we ignored them. Kanye once said, when you sign a music deal, you sign away your rights. Without the masters, you can't do anything with your music. Someone else controls where and when it is played. Artists have nothing except fame, touring, and merch, which all in turn increase the value of your music, benefiting the other man. You may ask, why do I love and follow Kanye? Well, because he's walking the talk.
A lot of people speaking on that too, like it was like, oh, he left good music or whatever the case may be. Like that's not the case. What that was basically Kanye forfeiting all of his profits from my whole catalog, back catalog to now to me.
This man is genuine, caring, and fearless. I know he's not perfect, but he's trying his level best to rescue us from these vultures. For those who don't understand what Kanye is trying to say, he's saying artists should own their masters. But then, what does it mean to own your masters? A master recording is the original recording of a song, which makes it the most authentic supersonic account of the song. As an artist, owning your master recordings gives you the legal rights to freely appropriate and maximize your opportunities to make money. It gives you full control over your music. With a master recording, you can license the recording to third parties. They have the right to license out the recording and collect all royalties if someone else owns your masters. This is exactly what Kanye has been talking about of late. As I have said, a lot of artists don't realize that signing away their masters means selling the rights to their own work. So we need to get this message out there so that young boys can get educated and those innocent young ladies can get their rightful share. Enough is enough. We need to start owning our masters because we created them. Let us not allow souls like MJ, Prince, and others to just go away in vain. They did their best to try to open our eyes, but we never paid attention. Now that we have many voices and many people coming out to talk about these issues, let's take full advantage and educate ourselves. For the young artists, please don't sign any papers you don't understand. Own your masters, please.
Okay. Now I like the fact that they said in all entertainment. That comes across the board in comedy too. In Hollywood, it's acting, anything that of entertainment that they do that what
they brought up Brother Dave. They brought up Brother Dave,
comedian,
who did not want to sell his intellect, and that makes so much sense. Yes, God damn it. So it's all about the money. And if you're not making the record companies money, guess what? You got to change your image so you can make us more on money.
They hold us, you know, like we're our gift is ransom. They hold it for ransom because they come in with the money. Here, if you sign right here, you can have this, and that. But what are we signing? What are we giving them? A lot of us don't know what we give. They come in with $20,000 cash, and somebody that's been in poverty all their life, they're gonna take the cash. They're gonna say, "Oh, I need this now because me and my family, we need to eat today." And they're not, and they don't think clearly of exactly what they're doing. And then when the devil come in and make a deal with you, that's what they do. Them devils.
Who's there? Money. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, a lot of these people, like, now, Althea, because you're doing it. It's a hustle. It's a grind. You gotta invest in yourself. You gotta put the time out there. You gotta do all these things so that when you finally do get discovered and somebody's walking over, hey, young lady, young man, I got a lot of money for you. I got a lot of money for you that's going to give you the time and freedom to make music or go act or do. You got all this. You got it. And again, when you're tired of putting yourself out there and again being an entertainer, which people, yes, it's fun. It's fun. You're seeing the best part of people putting themselves out there. But have you seen the dark side of entertainers? Do you not remember all the comedians that also kill themselves? And now all the rappers and shit that are getting shot? It's a dirty, ugly business.
It definitely is.
It looks pretty. It smells good when you got your own perfume.
No, when you want the success, but that's still a fragrance that somebody else fashioned for you. Not like you was making the fragrance. You want your own. It's just like with my book Shades of Blue. National Women's Month. This is National History because this is a published work. So all of you who have not gotten the book, please do yourself a favor and get this book. Okay, that's my segue into that. That's just like me giving somebody else full autonomy over my book, over my story. That's like, here, take my story and do what you want with it, and they take all the money, and then I'm sitting there looking crazy. I'm sitting there like a bowl of yakami noodles, where somebody else is eating filet mignon and doing all this because they took my story and sold it, spent it, and all that stuff. Same thing with the music. That's why this is my masters. It's important for us to own our masters in whatever we do. When Marley was taking his pictures and stuff, That's why he owned his negatives. That's why he owned the pictures. He owned the proof. And then when they come and give him the money, then he can say, here, these are your copies. But Molly got them negatives. Molly got the proof. But what he was saying, in the music industry, they hold your proofs. They hold your cards. Molly can take all the pictures he wants. Somebody else got his proofs. I can write all the books I want. Somebody else got them pages on the paper that I've written on. And that's why Prince said that he wanted to own his own masters, because he did everything out of his own studio. You don't borrow against the company stone. If anybody saw Cadillac Records, they would see how Muddy Water died poor, and how that happened, because he borrowed against the company stone. And they had all this running list. And even in the movie Elvis, how the general duped him out of his money.
Do you think music is art, Reese?
Heck yeah, it's art. Any form of expression is art. Painting is art. Poetry is art. I'm talking is art. Any form of expression
But
is
do you think people take for granted, just because music makes people feel good and they make it look easy and it's a celebration, that people sometimes forget it's art and then think like, my life can be like this?
Do you think telling jokes is art? When you
I
up
definitely
there
think
telling
it's
your story, do you think it's...
I think it is. I think I overthink a lot about all the things I'm going to say up on stage.
No, I mean, but it's art. I write my own jokes. I write skits. It's the
You're
form of
expressing
expression.
yourself. You're expressing yourself.
Exactly.
And what medium you're going to use is how you're going to choose to use it. So this is why Mr. West is probably an evil, evil genius. Because again, given what he's done and the way he's behaving, what is he actually losing aside from breaking contracts? Because when you're a celebrity and your name or picture shows up wherever, good or bad, ching ching bitches, I still get paid. And again, all the songs that he's getting played and all the things that he's put out there, I mean, there are such a thing as royalties, right? And he has money.
It. He wasn't getting paid. The people that own his masters were getting paid.
Right.
Kanye
so I think
West,
he said, right. And I think by doing what he did, that's what I'm saying. Doing what he did, behaved in a way which everybody was like, this dude's lost his rocker. He's an anti-Semite. Blah, 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 blah. He basically said, you know what, motherfuckers? I had enough. I have what I need to live. I can still take my wife to Balenciaga. I'm tired of this. I'm tired. And I'm just going to act like a crazy person because everybody runs away from crazy.
Michelle, but he couldn't. That's it. He lost a whole lot of money. So he won't be able to take his wife to Balenciaga. He won't be, because they was coming for him. And the artists, we don't get paid. The people that manage us, and like the record company and whoever is publishing us, they get paid off of what we do. That's slavery. That's why Prince put slave on his face, because they work you like a dog and give you a penny here and there and keep your shit. That's your money you work hard for. That's the government paying taxes. I'm gonna take all your money, and here I'm gonna throw you a couple of crumbs. Live off that. Do you know how many artists, actors, actresses, songwriters, singers? You know how many people died poor? We think that they should be rich, and they're poor than a joke. Red Fox.
There are enough Lifetime stories and movies out there about
Muddy
those
Waters
people.
Died poor. Red Fox, a movie, comedian, writer, and all that shit. Produced shows, died poor. Muddy Waters, songwriter, they died poor. Look, Chuck Berry, Little Richard told everybody they were stealing everything.
And you notice the insanity that it's still happening out there. It's still happening. I mean, Britney's on her way to becoming dying poor again, because last I heard, her new husband wants to do a conservatorship over her now. Oh, wow. Crazy. This world has gone crazy. And ultimately, the world is ruled, and we all worship money, unfortunately. It's sad. It's madness. And what is madness to me is that I can't believe there are so many talented, gifted. I mean, hip hop and rap has been around since when? 80s, 90s? And Kanye now and all these artists and MCs and rappers are still fighting for their shit?
I'm laughing because you only go back. Your memory only go back to the 80s and 90s. You got to go back
It was
about
my
70s
happiest.
and 60s. You got
I
to go
was
back.
born in '77, Althea. This is why we're the freaking frack. We're yin and yang. You make up for where I lack.
Look, I was born in 72. I was born in 71.
I know.
I just got you about 6 years, but it seems
it's still
like
a difference. I know. My sister and I are 7 years apart. This is why she wants to kill me. I'm putting it on air, everyone. I'm putting it on air. But no, it's insanity. This is a good topic.
It's sad. I mean, oh gosh. Only thing we can tell the young people that's coming behind the legends now is to own your own masters. You want to own your work that you create. If you give, that's what you're giving birth to your child, and somebody else snatches it up.
Yep.
You're not going to do that. So when you give birth, I gave birth to this. When I gave birth to what I write, I'm birthing a lot of stuff. Okay.
You're doing it out of love. So serve from your heart and not serve for the money or for Satan. Serve from your heart with love.
And
1970. Hey, buddy. See, same age as my night.
And
oh, Mel, we're the same age.
And it's like I'm artists, they give birth to their creations. And if for somebody else just to swoop down and take ownership of that. That, so what I tell the younger people, like Justice doing, I don't know what Justice is today. He got some stuff coming up. He'll be on the show this week.
Awesome.
It's always contracts. They always want you to sign here, sign there. People read before you sign because you may be signing away your soul and don't even know it. So I told my cousin yesterday, I said, go ahead and take on the world as long as you keep your soul intact. And he said, for sure.
And you know what's funny though? If they want to keep things simple, I mean, you could talk plainly and directly to people. Contracts are intentionally made confusing because they're trying to get something from you. Keep in mind you're interested to be your distractions. Stay out of the industries. They will cheat you. Amen. That's what it's looking like, honestly. But again, it's the money. Who doesn't want to be famous and change the world with their voice?
Will they change the world, or will they just hypnotize a lot of people? How many people actually change the world?
So a lot of people have to be a topic for another show, depending on the change.
A lot of people get their success and forget the world that they came from. A lot of people don't even look back. They keep going forward. A lot of people have said that they don't look back, they don't reach back or whatever because they're moving forward. I'm putting all of this behind me as if it never was.
But when are they living in the moment? When are they enjoying the now?
I mean, I guess that's what they're doing because they're not looking back, reaching back, giving back, or none of that. They just going forward. People change. I don't think they change. I think money let their true nature come out. I think people that's like that has always been like that, and the lack of money, humbles you. But when you start getting money, then people will see your true nature. They will see the true beast. If you're a beast, it'll come out. If you're, really,
I believe it.
That's why there's an old saying to say a fool and his money will soon be departed.
Well, I mean, yeah, like I think I've said it before, and Malik said it too. Even when you don't have money, theoretically, you don't have money. I mean, I don't walk around with money in my hands anymore. It's just all on my debit card and in the bank that I pull up on my phone or a screen. So I have money, but do I really have money? Because as soon as I have money, I have to spend it back out so I can eat, get gas, survive. Where does the money go?
But you have
but you don't have it.
You have a resource pool that you could pull from. What about people that don't even have a pool?
That's why I'm lucky. Exactly. And then you want to take away the money from people who have none anyway. Okay, that makes common sense. Perfect sense.
It's sad. That's exactly what they want to do. Taking away money from people that don't have it anyway. It's like, oh, the poor don't need that. We're gonna make them poor. But you get $200 worth of food stamps, live off of $68. I challenge any of these people in Congress. I want to take it to Congress. I challenge them to live off of $68 a month. I challenge them. Just a food budget. Live. What? Tell me. Go shopping and show me how I can shop for a month with $68. Show me. I want to learn. Because where do they get these numbers from in their head? They have to come up from somewhere. They have to get it from somewhere. What idiots are advising them of this? Who's doing that? That's what I want to know. Where they get these numbers from? Where
I don't know.
People, the logic behind.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know where some of these people get the logic from. I mean, the only thing I can honestly guess is that when they say we're in debt, are we really in debt? How do we know we're in debt? Because we've been in debt since the dawn of time, and we keep getting further and further in debt, but yet we're still going as a country. How does that make any fucking sense? I go into debt and I have to call bankruptcy. What is happening? And, it's like right now our perceptions have become our realities. I don't know if anyone has really actually paid attention to what the reality is right now. You see it, my love. You see it, that we're all riding on this giant dumpster fire. But hey, it's fun. It's fun. It's fun. We'll just have adventures out there. We're gonna crack jokes. We're just gonna crack jokes. We're gonna be fucking funny everywhere we go.
One day, but this industry, I just hope and pray that as my star rises, my patience and understanding.
And I think it has to do though with people in the industry. People in the industry, more like, I'm speaking out of my ass probably half the time, but again, those people. I mean, if Diddy's walking around with the Instagram name Love, if you're all about love, then start making more. Like, start just doing more allow people to own their stuff. I don't understand how the hip hop industry isn't run by more Black people. I don't get it. This is the history. This is the music. This is what my life was based on. Why are y'all still being robbed? I don't understand it. I can't make music like that. I mean, again, I can't make music like that. I love it. I dream about it. I think it's a gift. I think it's a beautiful thing. Fucking just like rise up and own your shit. I mean, I know he's crazy right now, but somebody's got to help this poor bastard. Somebody. He's out of his rocker now. He means well, bless his heart.
Well, we're coming to the close of the Morning Mac Show. That was Monday Madness.
I love it.
Today, I want to say happy birthday to Serenity McCrae. That's my 2-year-old niece. She's turned 2 years old today. And the funny thing about it, when my nephew was having her, I felt that it was on the cusp. My grandmother was going and she was being made, the spirits are matching. And I had a dream about this baby. My nephew will tell you, I told him what she looked like and I predict her birthday. And damn it, it came true. You'd ask my mom. You'd ask my nephew. Now, how is that possible?
I don't know. But all I know is that just when you said her name, I became calm. So I believe it.
Now,
serenity is such a nice word.
How is that possible? How was that possible? That I did that?
You just know things.
I don't know how I know things, but I had the dream. I saw a little fat face, and I knew it was a her. They didn't even know. I said, "Oh yeah, this is a her. This is a fat face, and this is what I see her birthday."
Mm.
Bada
Way
bing,
to
bada
go,
boom.
Lancy. Bada bing, bada boom. You
Bada
did
bing,
it.
bada boom. Well, we're gonna say that for next show. Clairvoyance. We got to talk to the show about the veil and about getting in deep into the spirits and stuff like that.
I'm down.
See. You down?
I'm in.
All right.
I got a place for us to go. Don't worry, I'm already looking into it. We're gonna be mind readers too. We're gonna be fucking funny
I don't
mind
mess
readers.
with the fortune tellers. I ain't talking about that. I'm just talking about having a spiritual conversation. I don't mess with them.
I'm nothing spiritual with people's minds.
DJ Slicky Woo Boo said, keep our heads up. Later, y'all. We're going to keep our heads up. Look, because when you down, Slicky, there's only one way to go, and that's up. Thank you guys for watching everything. I don't even know who was in the house today. Slicky, Malik, Kenny, Molly. I don't know.
Everyone who popped in to say hello.
Get Black With Me. I love that title. That name. Get Black With Me. I know that's right. Molly.
That's all I say in my mind.
Anytime about $68 grits.
What kind of grits is he eating that cost $68?
Butter or cheese. Grits cost that much? I never ate grits.
I don't know how much grits cost in the groceries. I don't know.
With no butter and cheese, why is it $68? Is what they must be organic grits. They must be organic.
And the more healthy it is for you, the more it costs. Good show, ladies.
Thank you.
Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Be back on here tomorrow, 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. Wake up. Make sure y'all up, get that coffee in y'all system and tune in with us. And anytime y'all want to come on, just reach out to me, Reese or MP. I've been calling Michelle MP. I just can't get the Pucciarelli down all the time. That sound like the mob, though. Pucciarelli. We'll be back tomorrow, y'all. We'll see y'all.
All right. Have a good morning, everyone.
Peace.
Peace out.